So I'm Graham Miller.
I'm Courtney.
And we met in high school.
We've been living in Colorado for 11 years, and we've been married for 4 years. When I first met Graham, I thought he was adorable. We eventually started dating 2 years after that, and he wanted me to move out to Colorado with him. And I said, definitely not. And then he brought me out to visit. He had family out here, and sure enough, I fell in love with Colorado, and I saw a future for myself as well. And we've been here for 11 years. Doctors urged me to go get a colonoscopy, and I said, there's no way, I'm too young. And I fought them on it, and they really pushed for me to get it done, thank God. And I went and had my colonoscopy. And then after I woke up from the anesthesia, my doctor was standing there by my bedside, and he said, you know, I've called your husband in, and I'm going in and out of anesthesia, kind of confused. And he was like, you know, I want to tell you and your husband that I did find a mass. We're going to send it to pathology, but we do believe it could be cancerous. Once I did get that phone call from the doctor, he said, you know, it was pretty straightforward. And he said, I just want to call and let you know I got your test results back and you do have cancer. I immediately called Graham and was sobbing, and it felt so surreal. He was actually luckily already really close to home. So he got home pretty quickly. And we both just held each other and we were crying. I was mad. I was really mad. I didn't understand.
When I first found out that she had cancer, I was in denial too. Just total shock. Like, no idea. No way this is happening to my wife. And at this stage of our lives, like, we are 33 years old. Like, this is just crazy. That quickly evolved into, no, that this is real, and you need to take, you know, you need to start conquering this. And then I broke down in tears, and I really just didn't have any control over myself. We were just pretty much in tears for 4 hours straight that night.
We were faced with ultimately 3 different choices, and all were extremely different on which route to go. And some of those decisions that we had to make had some life-altering risks with them, and it was really scary trying to figure out what to do and who to trust.
We're talking about raising a family, you know, and just talking about kids' names and what we're gonna have, a daughter or son, you know, for our first kid, and then just having a total wrench thrown in your life. Now we can't have kids, you know. Kids are now not an option for us, and that's what medical professions were telling us at the time, you know.
During the chemo process, I really had to dig deep to get through it. You know, everyone hears of someone going through cancer and chemo maybe, or you see it in movies and whatnot, but it is a whole different ballgame when you're the one sitting in that chair and getting poison essentially straight to your heart. It really tests you, and you really get knocked down hard multiple times, and you have to keep building yourself back up. You can't eat, can't drink. But yeah, I hit a very low point that I've never hit in my life, where I didn't want to be alive. I didn't want to fight anymore.
I felt more lost and just confused at the time. And I eventually, like, my mind definitely wandered into some dark places. I felt extremely lost. I knew, like, I needed to rely on something better, something bigger. And this was right at around 3 months after I started coming to Northern Hills, and the timing of events for me just lined up perfectly. I came to this church, and people would stop on a dime and just start praying over us, and I just remember voicing my concern in my life to these people I've never even met before.
My friend picked me up to take me to get some blood work done, and then I get to the lab, and I get a phone call from my nurse in Fort Collins, and she says, hey, I have some good news. I said, what's that? She said, you actually don't have to do another round of chemo. Of course, I scream in the lobby, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I get in the car, and I'm just in tears, and I'm sobbing, and I'm with my friend, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that was God. Like, that was absolutely God. Every single day is a gift. And I'm just so grateful every day. Just say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for a new day and for my health.
Even during suffering, there is good. I mean, it will change you.
there's so many people that are struggling. And that's where I tear up, because I just know so many people feel lost and need help. And just knowing that you're loved, you are so loved, and there's a lot of hope to still hold on to.